Good evening. How are we doing, hey? You having a good day? It is. Oh, what a noise. It's been another long week. Another long, stressful, difficult, hard week, right? But I've been listening to something called Workshop Banter. It's got, who's it got? Keith from Rag and Bone Brown and, oh man, I hate this. It's Badger's Workshop. I can't remember your name. I really do apologise. It's been a long week. It's been a long day. It's like getting on for 7 o'clock, half 7, something like that now anyway. It's cold, I'll tell you that. That's why I got my coat on. And I had 2 jumpers and 2 t-shirts and I'm sat by the fire because I'm freezing. So it's a balmy 10 degrees in here at the moment. Feels colder though because the wind's blowing. Anyway, Friday thought, right? So, listening to the podcast, they were talking about motivation or lack of motivation, right? So I've sort of been listening to it the wrong way. So I think it's like 22 episodes. I've started at the start. So I've had 3 or 4 from the start and 4 from the end, I think. So I'm working my way to the middle. But yeah, so they're chatting about motivation and I thought I'd pass that out to you guys and ask you to tell me how you deal with motivation or days where you lack motivation. Because I'll be honest, right? I'll be completely honest with you. Everyone thinks I'm full of motivation. Excuse me, everyone thinks I'm full of motivation because I'm so positive. And I tell you what, right? I'm really not. There's some days like today. Michelle's been sick for the last month on and off, and I don't want to come work. I don't want to come to work most days this week, really. To be fair, she's sick. I want to be at home looking after her. It's cold. It's absolutely hammering it down with wind and rain. I don't know if you can hear outside. And I don't want to be in here. Like, I love my job, don't get me wrong, I love my job, I understand how blessed I am to have what I have. But I don't want to be in here today. But you come, don't you? Anyway. And so, like, I watch a lot of, like, Jocko and Dave Goggins, and there's a lot of Paul Moore, I like Paul Moore, James Smith, all those sorts of things. And, like, the what am I trying to say? The main, or the common denominator, I guess, through all of it, is that you're not going to be motivated all the time. You're not going to want to be here all the time. And that's why it's about having discipline to come in and do things that you need to do. And so I guess that's easy for me to say, hard for me to do, but it's easy for me to say because this is the business, right? God, there's a lot of gas in that cider, right? It's easy for me to say because this is my business and there's no choice. Like, there's no choice. I know I've said to you guys before, like, some of these other things, is that nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to fix things for you. Nobody's coming to make things any better. Nobody's going to, like, pat you on the back, tell you it's going to be okay. Because they're not. Because there's nobody here to do it. Because you're on your own. And that's sort of, like, the most freeing thing about running your own business. And it's probably one of the most difficult things about running your own business. When I say running your own business, I mean, like, running a business. I don't mean doing woodwork. Because, like, that's easy. Well, relatively easy. Like, I have days when I've got no idea what I'm doing. You just wing it, don't you? But actually running the business is hard. And so I guess it's sort of like confidence, in it, motivation, is that you don't necessarily have the motivation until you're doing the thing that you want to be motivated to do. Same with confidence. You don't necessarily have the confidence to do the thing until you've done the thing that you need to do, which gives you then the confidence. Does that make sense? So on that workshop banter they were talking about, Badger was talking about, he was talking about training somebody up. So he's been working in a restaurant, I think it was a restaurant bar, training some people up, and he's happy to do that because he used to be a chef. And the weird thing is, right, is he said he was happy to do that because he had a bit of paper that said that he was a chef. But if somebody, I think it was like putting up shelves or something like that, said, hey, look, can you show me how to do this? You'd feel really weird about it. And that's interesting, isn't it, right? Is that you'd feel really weird about doing it just because you haven't got that bit of paper to say that you can do it. So that's where I'm coming from, the confidence thing, is that you have the confidence after you've done the thing that you need the confidence to do. And so you can't, a lot of the time you get the motivation to do this stuff after you started to do the thing that you want to be motivated to do. So sometimes I guess really you just need to get on with it, don't you? Get cracking. And I suppose that's really why people sit there and they say, do start off easy, maybe take a few easy things off the list. I'm a bit of a weird one in that I'll try and, you heard the phrase eat the frog, I'm sure I've said it before. I'll try and eat the frog. I'll try and do the difficult thing first, the thing that I'm avoiding most. Because then like the rest of the day is going to be easy, right? Because you've got rid of that thing that you don't want to do, innit? As opposed to sitting there all day thinking about the thing that you don't want to do. But yeah, anyway, I'm just rambling. I don't know how long this is going to last. But I would be really interested to hear what you guys think. Because like this is cool, right? So I've been putting up videos recently, and they get a fair bit of engagement for what I put up. So much more than Instagram. You know, Facebook's quite good. The following's going up on that. But Instagram's dead. Like I got 5.5, nearly 6,000 followers on Instagram, and I put up a post the other day, and eight people liked it, and 70 people saw it. And your mind just like so what's that, like 10%, right? Getting on for 10% of followers. So like if I put up a post and I've got nearly 6,000 followers and 10% of the people, 10% of the people who saw it liked it, then that'd be like 600 likes on it, right? Or 600, yeah, and the engagement would just explode. But they're clearly limiting us. Anyway, that's just another rant for another time, man. Years I put in. I shall not moan about it. But yes, right. So we're building up a little community. I love chatting to you guys on the in the comments and stuff like that. So please tell me, how do you deal with those days when you don't have motivation? Do you just get on with it? Do you suck it off and do something else? Like the guys in the podcast, they were saying like, you know, maybe they won't be motivated to do woodworking, so they'll go do a bit of admin, or they'll go do some video editing, that sort of stuff. I think that's quite a good way to do it, because at least you're being productive, right? I personally value being, I get a lot of value from being productive and making differences and sorting things out and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's probably how I manage it. If I'm having a really rubbish day and not wanting to get on with anything, if I can't eat frog, I'll just try and do little bits, and maybe a bit of tidying, making a brew, standing outside, getting some sunshine, you know, taking a few deep breaths of the like fresh air outside. It sounds weird, doesn't it? But it always helps me. So yeah, so it's all rambling aside then. Please let me know below how you get on with things when you're not motivated. Please, if you've got any other suggestions on things you'd like me to talk about, or to build, or to fix, or do anything like that, let me know in the comments below. You'll have a great day. You take it easy, and I shall catch you on the next one, alright? And I'm going to sit by the fire for a little bit, finish my beer or my cider, and then I'm going to go home and spend some time with my children. Alright? You take it easy. You have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one. Some days that's just so much nicer than others, isn't it? So good. So good. Have fun.